Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So, as was on Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese for CFS beauty models. I shall get that back for you in a moment. Just say that first video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. It's a 10 to 14 day on the way later on today as well. Please like, share and subscribe on all today's videos and content. Make sure to everyone for JMA. Right, we're going to start off with week 1, 500 millibar heights, not only from the Arctic and the North Pole view down. So this is the North Pole just here, got the wider Arctic Circle around there, and then the latitudes are through here. So blues are extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure, yellow, orange and red, to above average heights, which is high pressure. So these are breakdowns week periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 18th, through to the 25th of October. So the next week looks unsettled, below average heights in the Atlantic, deep low pressure actually in the North Atlantic coming into the west of Europe. That will be bringing mild but also quite wet weather in with it. We've got high pressure away to the east and to the northeast. So a very unsettled but also quite mild first week to start us off. Week 2 is going to be the 25th of October, 1st of November. We see quite a significant change this week with above average heights, high pressure building in the North Atlantic and into Northern Europe as well. So that would turn drier and would be mild as well. Winds coming in from like a westerly direction with that. So drier and milder, I think, as we go through into the last week of October there. And more changes then for weeks 3 and 4, quite interesting as well. This is the 1st through to the 15th of November. The high pressure then goes further northwards and becomes a blocking feature around Greenland with below average heights to the south of the country. That will bring the wind in from the east, possibly from the northeast. So that's turning colder, I think, through the first couple of weeks of September. And remember, that's a 2-weekly anomaly. It might be transitional, but it looks like it's turning colder through the first 2 weeks of November. And dare I say it, there might even be a little bit of wintry potential. It would depend how cold the origins of the air are from up here. I imagine it would be pretty cold, certainly by the middle of November. And with low pressure to the south, you know, there would be a chance anyway, perhaps there's something a little bit wintry coming along. A bit of a turn up for the book. Remember, it's 2-weekly anomaly though, and it is for weeks 3 and 4, so it's quite a long way out. Right, this is tropical and mid-latitude view, so we can't see Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia, all those areas off the chart up here, but we're in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. So week 1 just starts off unsettled and pretty mild as well. Plenty of low pressure, which you can make out in the Atlantic, and the jet stream coming in from the west as well. So strong westerly flow, bringing milder than average temperatures in those yellow curves. That's about 1 to 2 degrees above normal. As far as precipitation is concerned, it's a wetter than average week as well. So mild and wet starts off, and again, we've got quite a significant windstorm potentially for the north anyway. On Sunday, all changed in week 2 with a higher pressure then taking over from the Atlantic. Temperature is still a little bit above average, but actually cooling a little bit. So rather than sort of southwesterlies, maybe got more sort of northwesterlies. Notice on the continent, we're going below average with the temperature anomaly. And it's also turning drier as well, actually. So we're losing the wetter than average conditions, turning a little bit drier there. And then weeks 3 and 4 will be the 1st and 15th of November. So sorry everyone, with blocking beginning to be, just make that out, just there, and you can envisage that Greenland will be up here in Iceland. You know, that's where the core of the high pressure is. Low pressure down here, and that should be bringing the wind in from more of a northeasterly direction. Temperature is a little bit hard to make it out, but temperature have actually gone a bit colder than average there for the UK and Ireland by about a degree below average. Most parts of the continent looking colder than average as well. We've got a cold first half of November, and still pretty dry as well, drier than average conditions, but slightly on the wetter side down in the south. Very interesting for November there. Right, well, let's see how the CFS-B2 compares. Again, these are 500 millibar height anomalies, and we're breaking down into week periods. The first week period takes us from today, the 18th, through to the 24th of October. Good agreement between the JMA and also CFS for week 1. Plenty of low pressure in the North Atlantic, high pressure through here, and a pretty strong southwesterly flow. Maybe a little bit more high pressure, though, certainly to the south of the Cape Chamfer Islands as well, compared to the JMA there. But they're both sort of Atlantic driven anyway. And then week 2 to 25th to the 31st of October, high pressure sort of in the Atlantic, winds coming in from a westerly direction. Mostly dry, but probably a little bit cooler with more in way of a northwesterly flow. Week 3 will be the 1st to the 7th of November. High pressure then building through the Atlantic into the northwest. That will be mostly dry. Most are besides a bit cold as well, with some frost and fog. And then look at week 4. It's the 8th to the 14th of November. High pressure then becoming centred towards Scandinavia, and also over towards Greenland. There's probably going to be a trough of low pressure through here. Winds coming in from sort of an east-southeasterly direction. That could be turning colder as well as we go through the second week of November. Perhaps need to send the high pressure just a little bit further north and centre it there, and then rather than sort of an east-southeasterly flow, we would bring in like an east or northeasterly flow around here. But to be honest, I think that could be turning cold as well as we're going through the first half of November there. So have a look at temperature. Normally, week 1 is the 18th to 24th of October, I should say, with above average temperatures to come, a mild start, and then cooling down for week 2, 25th to 31st of October, near normal temperatures there. Week 3 going a little bit below average then. Most parts of Europe also turning colder than average into the first week of November. However, it does actually turn milder into the second week. Bit surprised at that. It's the 8th to 14th November. Goes slightly milder than average. As far as precipitation is concerned, which is the 18th, 24th of October, week 1, wetter than average, and week 2, wetter than average in the north, drier than average down in the south. Week 3 turns drier than average in all areas, and then week 4, losing a signal, so no signalling to week 4. But I would have thought still relatively dryish week would be possible there. That high pressure blocking things out to the northeast, but of course it's a long way up. Right, so some quite interesting things. Looks like the rest of October showing up to be relatively mild, although last week does have a cool down. But the interest really is in November. Could we see a cold first half of November here being signalled within JMA Friday? I think possibly we are. And you'll find out tomorrow how the ECWF is looking in terms of the first half of November as well, in terms of November. The EC42 there for UK and Ireland will be coming up tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Remember, just a snapshot of what these two models are showing today, though. So, could look pretty different when we do JMA Friday next week. But today, I think they're hinting at a cold first half to November. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. We're going to be back shortly with your 10 to 14 day. Come back for that in a bit. But JMA Friday for this week. That's all for now. And thanks for watching.